Okay, so if you're interested in antiques, collectibles, whether you're a dealer, whether you're a collector, or whether you just like some or have some, stick around, you might find today's video interesting. I was asked up to Aberdeen to do a little bit of a sort of charity event. I went and spoke in a church, Methodist church in Aberdeen. I spoke to about 50, 60 people, give or take, and I was asked to do a presentation on antiques. So, I did try filming this presentation. Unfortunately, the sound I used there, microphone, and my phone didn't pick it up very well. I would have loved nothing more than to just copy paste off my phone the entire presentation for you when I was answering the questions and looking at the items that they brought in. I would like nothing more than to paste that in, but unfortunately, the sound is very, very poor. But there was a section, it took me a long time to prepare the presentation, and there's a section in there about antiques. Well, obviously, the speech was about antiques, but there was a section on there as to why I feel people buy antiques and what antiques mean to people. And I just felt that I wanted to share that with my channel. So stick around, and I hope you enjoy and find it very interesting. I'm going to read the passage to you that I prepared. Why do people buy antiques? Why don't people just go to the shop and buy a brand new item for a fraction of the cost? Antiques are at best second-hand or even passed down through generations, bearing marks and wear and tear of their age rather than being new and shiny. Antiques can be expensive, up to 10 or more times the cost of a brand new item from a supermarket, so why buy them rather than the new, cheaper option? I have a theory about this, and it has lots of different threads, all adding up to form my conclusion, which I'll share with you in a moment. I'm going to start out with my most important thread of thought, which is this: antiques have souls. What I mean by this isn't that they're haunted. Much like us, we are the sum of our life, and experiences and objects are no different. And what I mean by this is they have the power to evoke memories and emotions. Let's picture a few different scenarios together. Maybe it could be you as a child visiting your parents' or grandparents' home, or sitting on your dad's knee on a rocking chair, or a beautiful crystal vase your mum used to keep some beautiful flowers in that you were never allowed to touch. If that memory gets forgotten in the passage of time, but all of a sudden all the emotions and all the memories come flooding back, all that love, all that joy that was once felt can be felt again, jolted into life by a mere glance of the object that you associate with your youth or your loved one. How much value would you put on that item? It would far exceed anything you could buy from a shop. Maybe it's not a memory, but you love a particular style and period, such as the arts and crafts movement, where things are beautifully handcrafted and rustic, or the Art Deco period, where items have bold, sharp lines, bold shapes, sharp lines, or any of the periods throughout history that are time locked and not available in today's markets. Or maybe you love owning things with real history. I have owned a dumbwaiter that belonged to the Crochet family, who brought the iron industry to South Wales in the United Kingdom. They built Cavartha Castle in the 1820s in Merthyr Tydfil. I've also owned a sterling silver ladle from a prisoner of war camp that was stolen by the German army during World War II. And even miner's lamps that were designed and created to save lives. So maybe it's historical importance you desire. Maybe you want to be remembered. Maybe you want your heroic deeds to be remembered. So it could be a medal. You could have proudly served your country, or a family heirloom that you really feel you want to pass on, or a little bit of jewellery that reminds you of a loved one who is waiting to be reunited with you one day, or a book that was read to you as a child. Either way, as you can see from the vast array of items here, the item can literally be anything as long as it has meaning to you. Maybe you have a different reason than I've mentioned above as to why you would choose to buy a unique and irreplaceable antique over a new product. However, have you ever held an item in your hands and felt the weight of its history? its stories, and the countless lives it's touched before you reaching you. That's his soul. My conclusion is this: if an item can hold emotional or historical importance, or offer uniqueness or investment opportunity, or finally offer a level of quality or style that is not matched by today's mass produced products, then it will always be sought after and desirable. Now, when I finished talking about the antiques in the group, I said to them that I bet every single person here has something that has been described um, above, or something in their home that actually means something to them. And I said to them, for a minute, just have a little think what that item is. An item from your childhood or that you associate with your loved one. So I said, what is that item? I didn't ask them to speak it out. Just picture in your head what the item is. And what does that item mean to you? What memories come flooding back when you think of it? Then I went on to say, knowing how important this item is to you, how do you make sure when it's your time to pass on that these gems go where you want them to go? And I'm going to share this little paragraph with you again. And I would say, if you're lucky enough to have a chosen recipient, what I would suggest you do is this. I would sit them down and tell them the story that gives the object its soul and meaning to you. Tell them every single little detail. Make sure to leave nothing out. Because once they understand the story and connection you share with an object, it suddenly becomes a prized possession and a future connection to you, rather than just a part of another junk car boot sale or yard sale when we've moved on. So I'm going to leave you with this thought. The antiques we cherish are more than mere objects. They are silent guardians of our collective past, storytellers of our shared humanity, and bridges to those who walked before us and those who will walk after us. Maybe we continue May we continue to honour their legacy, not just as keepers of the past, but of custodians of a story that is still unfolding. Remember, every antique has a story, and every story has the power to connect us to our past, to each other, and to the generations yet to come. I hope you enjoyed sharing this little paragraph from yesterday's presentation. It was an hour and 15, hour and 20-minute presentation, so I am very, very sorry that I didn't manage to capture the presentation for you, because I was going to just film it all and just stick it up on YouTube, because I felt that it would be a massive asset to my channel. But I didn't want to lose this little bit. It took a lot of, I was going to say work, but it weren't. There was a lot of emotion in writing it. I had to think what antiques actually meant to me and how I feel about antiques to come up with that. So I hope that it's touched you and give you an appreciation of antiques also. And I will undoubtedly see you at the next film. Bye for now, and thanks for watching.